could,
Okay.
versus having more instructional time in their course.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
we didn't want to.
I want them to have a lot of instruction time.
Yeah, so a 7-period day keeps them with more instruction time. I know something else that they're, I think they almost have this worked out as far as schedules, and so maybe January, February, I could have them in to share with you as well. They're really looking to get an intervention period built in, so that every kid 6 to 12 has that ability to go work with the teacher in a small group every single day, or retest, reteach, get some remediation, because I think that might also help some of the scores, or even learning, scores aside, even some of the learning, by having specific time every day that kids can get extra help when they need it.
I don't know off the top of my head what the state standard is for the lowest amount.
21.
It is 21. So we're like right on that cusp.
Yeah, a lot of school districts that have 8-period days means you could seriously have at the most 32. So I came from a block schedule before I came here, right? And our kids didn't have study hall. So every year they had the ability to earn 8 credits, so and scores 32. And you back off for our graduation requirement was 28. Districts that do study halls like ours do, it was at 26, and then you move the 2 courses out, and you go to 7-period days, which you normally back off by 4 credits. Seems the overarching standard of how that's figured. Yeah, I was kind of like, when I saw 23.75 as well, they don't get any less quarter, like their quarters do not go away. It's really in the elective area that will lose out. Because we haven't changed the requirements for the quarter.
But this is the minimum. So what would be the maximum that you take this stuff?
Yeah, kids that graduate with 28 credits. And most will, because a lot of our study halls will go away with this new schedule. It will be not the norm for kids to have study halls with this intervention period. So they would, so if a kid passes everything in 4 years, and it also depends if they go to ACCI, they take shadowing, internships, apprenticeships, those types of things. The majority of your kids will graduate with 28 credits.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of seniors that are not there.
They'll be there a little longer. Yeah.
Thoughts, questions? Are we good with the reduction in credits?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the bare minimum that for them to graduate. But again, if they take full schedules all 4 years, and again, we are looking to decrease to like very minimal study halls for any, because there really would not be a need for study halls with the intervention period. So the majority of your students are going to graduate with 20. It's really, this lends itself to some of your kids who may struggle in school, pass all of their courses, and it might also be some of your kids who go out for shadowing and don't get maybe as many credits. Even though we do give credits for shadowing, they may only get 1, but they're out for 3 periods. You know what I mean? So there's some leeway with that.
So, in other words, to take away the study hall, but put it in focus to the people that need it in the way, so
Yeah.
it's more targeted. So you're
and it's not a full period, it's only gonna be like 25 to 30 minutes, so that we, again, are not taking away from core instruction time. It won't be a full period of intervention, it'll be almost what you call a skinny, which is less time every day.
Are we going to update policy 17?
Yeah.
That at the same time?
We just have to run those. But we can.
Security should be available.
What was that? We can't hear.
Oh, sorry. I'm usually loud, sorry. So they're gonna move those both forward.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to proposed calendar for the 26-27 school year. The first thing I want to point out is starting a week later with. So 3 professional development days right at the beginning, the 18th, 19th, and 20th for staff, starting on the 24th, which gives us a full week to start. And then the following week, you'll notice that we're proposing to have off the Friday of Labor Day. When we looked at attendance last year, I believe in most of the buildings we were 10% or higher on that for an attendance day, so we would recommend having that as a day off. October, we kept the professional development day on October 12th. In November, this is our traditional, a lot of this is traditional, by the way, our traditional early dismissals on the 23rd and 24th for parent-teacher conferences, teachers and staff off on the 25th. And then the week going into December, I really dislike when Christmas is on a Friday, because it really, like, do you come to school or do you not? So in talking with the other Adams County districts, 4 of us are proposing that we come the 21st and 22nd. I think the other 2 have those 2 days off, but then they're going into June. So that's the trade-off there. I'll just point that out. We can certainly open that up then to discussion, but I'll just follow through with the rest of the calendar. Having off the 1st, we would come back the 4th. You'll see the red dates there. Anything in red is our PSSA and Keystone testing dates. So the 4th through the 15th would be testing. Our January 18th is our traditional in-service day that we would propose keeping. The 15th being President's Day is a day that we typically are closed. March 15th, another professional day. Easter is in March next year, so we would have the Thursday is the flex day that the teachers come in and work over the summer, and then that would be the flex day on that Thursday, the 25th. The normal Friday, Monday off for the holiday. I was able to, with Carrie's work, get a professional development day in April, which is not the norm. And then you'll see the end of April, beginning of May, we go into PSSA testing. And then the 17th through the 28th is Keystone testing. So I do want to assure you that this calendar was vetted. We went through the Keystone schedule, the PSSA schedule. So even with having the last day for students on the 26th, we will get all of our Keystone testing in, and it's not a concern. And And then the 27th would be the last teacher day.
Questions on the calendar?
First, in school, we considered, especially with the schedule this year, kindergarten's coming. Maybe get them on half day, on Wednesday, then like, all start for them.
Just kindergarten?
Just kindergarten only, and then maybe Thursday, Friday, maybe all day. Consider, we should talk with the kindergarten teacher about that. Because when they did this one to start with, like, what, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Thursday, Friday. If they continue to be, yeah, it's still kind of a little bit different. And then that would help, you know,
With transition.
transitioning them into that, at least for the kindergarten students, and some parents don't know that, but,
Yeah, I was,
Yeah.
Unless that's for transportation as well.
get her thoughts on that.
Right, because we have to discuss.
Well, I mean, it would be down to 4 in the high school. But it didn't, I'm not that person, so, it's just a thought, that's maybe I have to do, it's just a thought, get maybe on the kindergarten teachers separately. I'd like to see us off for there, and say, I know, so, you have that, but turn around, but possibly, that week of Christmas. Looking at going a full day on Monday the 21st. Try to do it all day.
So we're sitting right now at 2 3 hours. Let Carrie and I look at the total hours. I think that's doable because we have a 30-hour cushion here. So that would only take us down 3 hours, and then we have a roughly 27. I think you'd have to go it. I think you'd want to go a day in for students too, because you never, I know it seems impossible these days, but you never know when a blizzard's coming. Yeah, teachers for sure, we'd have to go in another day. That would be very random to have it in service day on a Wednesday. My question would be, childcare. So every year, November 11th is a different day. And I'm not sure about childcare for people in the community, because every year that's a moving date. Just something to consider. They have to talk about it. Touch or snipping. Sometimes they follow things, but. I think if the committee wants us to explore, I think we can do the 22nd with the hours and still be okay. I'd like to hear more about November 11th, because we would have to find another teacher day. And I think that makes us really close on student hours.
So we won't even do the competition for there are multiple 2-hour delays that are correct. There are having that one regular school day. Like
Veterans Day and that half day, now you're down to right around 20 hours, which I don't think is much of a change. Right. Yeah, 20 hours, you're not even getting 3 days if something happens.
Okay.
It's just something to think about.
If we could look at the 22nd half day, that week, and then kindergarten, I mean, fine, just start on those days, but just off the floor, and then just
And we'll do
more of that, so I'll start Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I haven't thought about that at some point, because that is a long week for even some of the big kids. And I would imagine it will be a long one.
And then I'm just looking at the testing dates in January, it doesn't seem to be that long.
Yeah, but we don't. We
Oh.
never test on that much. So in the winter, we only, so we're actually doing a December testing too this year. So we're always open to doing a winter, which is in December, the week of the 8th. And we are doing biology that week.
Okay.
And then, so the dates that you see in January, these are only our retesters in algebra and biology
Got it.
generally, usually. We don't retest our ELA kids until the spring. And I did have Nate Andrew with me. We had a really long conversation about May. That made me nervous as a former high school principal, going that tight of a schedule, but it is doable. Any other questions or thoughts? Okay. Something's gonna have to adjust by May.
So where would you rather
Yeah, where
be
would
back
you-
in, if like start out previous in August, or go,
Is this an opt-out? And I know it would change the position, this is how I came up with it.
I don't know when they
I
would,
know it's
how they
not
would
gonna
get
get-
conference. I mean, the middle of school and elementary this year are having conferences, and I took a look at the high school too, and they had quite a few that conference.
right, because November 11th, making the students go a whole day, the teachers are still here that day.
Would it work if we like,
Just
Yeah.
the whole day is a teacher day. So if we had on the 11th, you guys like it, teachers would basically a whole new day.
I feel like we need to find a student there, because you're going to be very close.
And this schedule is, we're starting a week later than we usually start. And work out pretty solid.
Yeah, and I thought that was something that was brought up by, I don't know if it was the full board or the committee last year, we're trying to keep within some of those days. I'll throw this out, I don't think this is gonna be popular, but just throw it out there. The Monday after Thanksgiving. Yeah, and I think our attendance would be atrocious, but I'm just looking at different variables here. Yes, we do. We definitely do.
Do you know how many neighboring school districts have Veterans Day off?
I don't know.
I don't think a lot of the other guys don't, I don't know.
I don't think you are counting those either. I know like out in the Philly area, some of those school districts do, but in this area, just hasn't necessarily been. But then they don't have off the Monday after Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? It really depends on your region.
Is your concern, Mary, that there are people that, a wide variety of people are celebrating Veterans Day and doing something special on the 11th?
No,
we definitely honor them and have, you always been to the ceremony at the high school?
I don't know.
We need to do a better job of that.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Because Littlestown is a big Veterans Day area, and we do it with the kids in school. And so that's, I'd say that we definitely give the honor there to all that serve. I think that it could be having off on a Wednesday isn't typical for any election, so maybe proceed with more parents and thinking
Yeah, I mean, I like that company, I like those.
Yeah, so I always take it through Dan Lawrence too, as